From the rising tides along the coast of Ada to the shifting rates in the northern region, our world is changing in so many ways that can no longer be ignored. My name is Safwa Blackberry and I welcome you to the Green Future Ghana podcast, where we focus or tackle issues of climate change. Now, we hear phrases like climate change in the news, right? And in politics and in casual conversation, but beyond the buzzwords, what is exactly happening to our planetary home? Today, we strip away the jargon to understand the mechanics of a warming world and why it matters to us right here in Ghana. Let's first of all talk about science, the greenhouse effect. Now think about atmosphere as a climate or delicate balance. For thousands of years, Earth has maintained a temperature that allows life to thrive, right? It does this through a natural process we call the greenhouse effect. Imagine your car parked in the sun at the circle or ridge. Just imagine a lifestyle scenario, right? Imagine the car parked at circle or ridge. The glass windows let light in, right? But they trap the heat inside. I hope you're getting the picture. Yes, that is exactly what certain gases like carbon dioxide and methane do to our planet. They act as a thermal blanket, and the problem isn't the blanket itself. The problem itself is that we are making it thicker every single day. And that is what we talk about when we say climate change. Now, science and industry evolution, we have been burning fossil fuels, coal, oil, and gas at an unprecedented rate. We are effectively digging up carbon that took millions of years to store and releasing it into the air in just a few decades. Let's now talk about the local impacts. Ghana, to be precise, focusing on Ghana. This isn't just a global statistics, it's a local reality, whereby in Ghana we are seeing the greenhouse effect play out in our markets and our fields. In the north, imagine farmers who once relied on the predictable arrival of the rains are now facing fickle seasons. And when I talk about fickle seasons, I'm talking about the long drought followed by flash floods that wash away livelihoods. And number two, let's look at the coast. In places like Keta, the sea isn't just rising. It's reclaiming the land, forcing families to move further inland. And when the weather gets wilder, as we say, it's not just an inconvenience. It's a threat to our food security and our economy. When a harvest fails due to a heat wave, the price of kenke, the normal Ghanaian kenke or yam at the market, goes up automatically. And climate change is an economic issue as much as an environmental one, which is the reason why Green Future Ghana podcast, we are here to educate you all and talk about all of these importance. Now, let's talk about the drivers, why this is happening, okay? Climate change, why climate change is happening. So what is thickening blankets, okay? It's a combination of global industry and local practices. Number one is energy and transport, and our reliance on petrol or diesel for cars and generators, right? Number two is deforestation. When I talk about deforestation, I know that you and I understand it already, but every time we lose a forest to illegal mining or unregulated logging, we actually lose a carbon sink and nature's own way of breathing in that excess carbon dioxide. Yes. Now, number three is industrial agriculture. Large-scale waste burning and certain livestock practices release methane, a gas more potent than carbon dioxide. Methane is far more potent than carbon dioxide. So when we tackle all of these issues together, we need to think about what we can do better to make sure that we curb this climate change. And now we are looking at the road ahead, the closing, right? It can feel very overwhelming, I understand. But understanding the problem is the first step toward the solution. And that is why we are here, Green Future Ghana podcast, to educate you all this season on Green Future Ghana podcast. We are not just going to talk about the crisis. We are going to highlight the innovators, the farmers, and the policy makers working to pivot towards a sustainable future. So this is just the first episode of the Green Future Ghana podcast. And as I stated earlier, my name is Safa Black Barbie. This is just an explanation of what exactly climate change is about, what you should look out for, what some of the causes are, and the effects of whatever climate change is about. So I want to hear from you how you have noticed the seasons changing in your community. And do not forget that this is Green Future Ghana podcast. We are an NGO tackling the issues of climate change. So you can follow us on our TikTok and YouTube channels at Green Future Ghana, okay? Green Future Ghana. And you can also email us at www.greenfutureghana.org. We are here to listen to all your opinions.